Okay, class. I want you to start by pausing this a minute and just copying this for me, the squares of binomials. And if you will copy these two equations, this will be used today as well as this one. It's not the difference of two squares like we've worked with before. It's the squares of binomials. If you notice, if you've already copied this, starting it back, then what you see is the A gets squared and the B gets squared. So here, the A is squared, the B is squared. And then the middle term here is where you take these two and multiply them by 2 to get the middle term. Multiply times each other times 2. So 2 times A times B. And it's plus in the middle. This is the same down here, except you got the A squared, you got the B squared, and then your middle term comes from multiplying these two and then times 2, except it's minus in the middle. Now, would we get the same thing if we just rewrote this? Because this is what A plus B squared means. It means A plus B times A plus B. Well, FOIL that. If you FOIL that, we'd get A squared, and then your outer would be AB, and your inner would be AB, so that gives you 2AB. And then your last terms would be B squared. So yes, if you don't remember the formula sometime during a quiz or a test, if you just FOIL it, you will get the same thing. Okay, let's put this into action a little bit. Alright, copy some of these examples in your notebook, please. First, we're going to do x plus 3 squared. Now, what basically the little formula that I just gave you told us, if you remember, is you took your first term and squared it, and you took your last term, the 3, and squared it, which gives you 9. And then everything's going to be plus in this because we've got plus in the middle here. Okay, for your middle term, you take these two and multiply them, which is 3x, but then you multiply that times 2. So it's the x times the 3 times 2 to give you 6x. So x squared plus 6x plus 9. It's just a shorter way of doing the FOIL without writing it all down. And hopefully you'll get to where you can do this in your head and just write that. Okay, the next one. Let's do 7u minus 3 squared. Okay. 7u squared, we'll do that first. Let's try changing the colors a little bit. So do this first. 7u squared, or 7 squared is 49. U squared. Okay, my last term, 3 squared. Well, 3 squared is 9 once again. This is plus, but then the minus comes here for the middle term. Okay, what did we say to do for our middle term? We said to multiply these two, the 7u and the 3. So 7u times 3 would be 21u, and then multiply it times 2. So 21u times 2 would be 42u. Once again, what we did, 7u times 3 times 2. Alright, let's try another. Okay, let's do 4x minus 5y squared. Okay, 4x squared would be 16x squared. Basically bringing that x and exponent of 2 into the 4 and the x. Alright, 5y squared would be 25y squared. And then what would your middle term be? 4x times 5y times 2. So 20 times 2, which would be 40 xy. And my signs, a minus here for the middle and a plus there. Alright, let's look at one more. We've got 3p squared I'm not even sure I want to do this one with you. We'll try. 3p squared minus 2q squared, and all of that is squared. Okay, I'm going to write it underneath because of space. Alright, 3p squared to the second power. Well, 3 squared is 9, and then p squared times the 2 outside the parentheses would give you p to the 4th. 9p to the 4th. For your last term, 2 squared would be 4, and then for the q's, you got the 2 and the 2 here to multiply there, so you get 4. We're going to have a minus here, a plus there, and then my middle term, 3 times 2 is 6, times 2 again would be 12. You got p squared, q squared. And that's it. Okay. I'll give you just a moment if you want to try 3 of these, and then I can give you the answers, and we'll see how you did. How about trying this one? And this one. And this one. Okay, pause it a minute. You want to give it a try, and then when you're ready, start it back and you can see the answers. Okay. Alrighty, your answers here on the first one would be x squared minus 14x plus 49. Alright, on the second one, you would get 4p squared minus 20pq plus 25q squared. And the last one, you would have a squared plus 8a plus 16. Okay, hopefully that makes sense to you. It's not going to be the end of the world if you don't remember how to do it this way, but it does help you to do some quicker by doing it this way. Okay, that's it for the video.